Welcome to the Inferno, episode 33, where we are going to continually grow on our path of healing and exposing the behaviors of the toxic narcissist. Today's episode is You Are the One. Every person that the narcissist bounced to, monkey branches to, in the beginning is the one. You are the one that's going to make them happy. You are the best thing that ever happened to them. The madness when you wake up to the realization that this pattern has continued before you, and the pattern continues through you, and the pattern continues after you. So I was reflecting on this because for 13 years my life was wasted and tied up in an enmeshment with a toxic ass, evil narcissist. And throughout that situation, there was many highs and lows, lots of pushes and pulls. But once I identified what this person was by getting blindsided, by getting thrown away like a piece of trash on the highway, not just me, but the whole system that was built on a sand foundation, it was all put into perspective. I started reflecting on this because there was a person prior to me that I wasn't aware of, but I had an incident happen at a gas station where this female was approaching my car with this person in it and was kind of just like, "What are you doing?" And now I look back at it and go, because he ghosted this person. That person was told that they were the baddest ass bitch before. I seen that on a social media post years ago when I was still on social media. So the bizarre fact is these people are so fucking delusional, and they are predators. If you were enmeshed with one, you are truly a victim. I don't want you to stay in victim mode. However, once you identify that that's what you've been enmeshed with, you have to educate yourself and empower yourself to the pattern that these people, I don't even know if they're people, to be honest with you at this point, but the same pattern and the same cycle continues. You know, they come in hot and heavy in the beginning, putting on their best little persona because they know that if they showed their true colors in the beginning, you'd want nothing to do with them. And so, you know, as they view you down the road, whether it be 6 months, 6 years, 60 years down the road, once they start to devalue you, once they start to get bored with you and they start to monkey branch to somebody else, that next person becomes the one, you know? I was told more than once, and I know this person was telling other people too, that me and my children were the best thing that ever happened to him, right? But that's just temporary, and it always is with a narcissist. They're never content just in one situation. You're never going to be able to get love reciprocated from them. They don't love, they use you. Sex supply services, no matter what it is. So it's crazy bizarre, and it's very painful to wake up to realize that you may have felt like there was this special bond because they come on so hot and heavy. They just mirror to you what you're looking for in a, you know, significant relationship. And so they will just put on that new persona and be whoever they need to be to get you hooked to them. They can't keep their mask on forever. I definitely identified a lot of issues. I just thought it was the typical, you know, growing and evolving and learning from mistakes, but the whole time it was not. Narcissists never spiritually evolve. They feel no need to. It's more about how they can use you, how they can control you, how they can manipulate you to get that supply source from you. You know, I've said this on other videos, they don't have an identity of their own. So when they monkey branch off to that next person, and that next person is, oh my God, the love of their life, the best thing that ever happened to them, chances are 99.9% of the time, the person that they ditched and the person they used up was told the same exact things. And that new supply is getting versions of you because they're still feeding like a parasite off of the energy of feeling empowered by hurting other people. And that's a really sick, twisted kind of person. Any person who thrives and gets off on hurting other people to feel like they're gaining something, they're very seriously demented. And just so you know, you were never special to them. It's a very tough realization, especially if you're in a long-term situationship with them like I was, to wake up and realize you were never the one. You were never the one. They're always lying. They're always manipulating. They're always cheating. And my suggestion, lesson learned, because I thought this person was just, he was younger than me, which is irrelevant because narcissism is out of control in both genders. Doesn't matter of the age. They don't heal. They don't self-reflect. They use, abuse, and repeat, wash, rinse the next cycle. So when you have that realization and you're on the shit end of the stick feeling like, wow, you literally just wasted X amount of years of my life, and then you pretended like I meant nothing because you didn't mean anything to them. It's a very tough realization, because if you're an aware person like myself and you know that life is precious, you go, what the F just happened? And so, the ending is inevitable, but really there was no beginning because you never really knew the person. Once you identify that they're a narcissist, then you actually realize that you know what they are more than they know what they are. Because a lot of times, even though they're plotting, scheming, and they get off on the trickery and they get off on hurting other people, at the end of the day, you end up knowing more about them than they know about themselves. They will cut you off. They'll monkey branch to the next person. That could have been just as simple as somebody giving them a little bit of attention. And then that person is, oh my God, you are the one. You're the love of my life. You've never made me feel so good before. Nobody's ever made me feel so much happiness, right? I was told that in the end. I was blindsided. I seen red flags. I addressed red flags, but I was lied to. I was manipulated and gaslit and made to doubt my own inner compass, my own intuition, because they love to pull you into that chaos. They love to pull you into confusion. If you're a righteous person and you gave your heart wholeheartedly, and somebody used and abused you the way that these narcissists do, trust and believe, as we say, karma never misses an address. What we put out, we get back in return, and that's a fact. So don't think you're special. Don't think that they moved on to this next source of supply, that, oh, maybe I just wasn't the one for them. Because if that was the case, in an ending in a healthy relationship, you would communicate about those type of things. Narcissists don't do that. I'll tell you what happened in the end of the situation, and really the end was when I went no contact. Not the silent treatment, not the same as what a narcissist does, but to go on my healing journey. I was screwed like a corpse the day before he blindsided me and left for his coworker. I was told and future faked right up to the end that, oh, we're going to do this to the house. In fact, my kitchen was gutted completely in the middle of a kitchen remodel. Narcissists are relentless little cowards. They won't have a healthy conversation with you. They won't have a heart-to-heart with you. They will not leave you in a better position than when you met them. That's not their game. That's not the way it works with them. And in their fucked up little underdeveloped minds, that next new little shiny toy that will come to an end, because that new toy will also become an old toy, that will be thrown away over on the shelf or put in the basement. And then the whole toxic family will hear from them, oh my God, I met my match and I'm so happy. And he or she brings me so much joy. I met the, the yin to my yang bullshit. It's all a persona and it's all fake and very delusional. And on the receiving end of that, I just want you to know that at the end of the day, truth prevails. Lies and deception, there's nothing to stand on that. So don't buy into the illusion and the delusion that the narcissist continues to live. Because trust and believe, the shitty ways that they did you throughout the whole situationship, because they're a lie, they are a complete lie. They never loved you, and they will put on a persona for whatever reason to the outside world and to that toxic family unit that they come from, that, that next shiny toy is just the love of their lives. So were you. So was the person before you and the person after you in the beginning, until that person's no longer idealized, no longer made to believe that they actually have value to the narcissist, because they don't value anything. They don't value themselves. A lot of them have other escapes, other addictions, to whether it be, pornography or social media or gambling, alcohol, drugs. Nothing ever satisfies a narcissist, and that's why ultimately at the end of the day, there is no rehabilitation for them. And so don't allow them to waste any more of your precious time like I did. Again, I didn't identify this. I only identified that we had issues and I thought we overcame them together as a married couple. That person never wanted to heal. This person quit drinking alcohol, and I thought that was the issue, which I know that any kind of addiction is an underlying cause to that, but I had no idea that he was a covert narcissist. And you will know them by their fruits, because anybody who literally finds glee in their eye or a smirk on their face when they're literally devastating you and gutting you is a special kind of evil. And we all do reap what we sow, good, bad, or otherwise. So I just want you to know that even though it's a hard realization, you were not special to the narcissist. There's a lot of talk about grade A supply, and all that is usury. It doesn't mean you're special in the eye of the narcissist, because nobody is. They are superior in their own little delusional world, and they will put on that mask and persona to other people to let others know that, hey, look, mommy, I found a new toy, this new toy, and they're bad-mouthing you the whole time that they're with you to certain individuals, especially their flying monkeys. So let's be clear on that too. Because now that a lot of the dots are connecting for me, I look back and go, no wonder why this family member always looked at me and they always hated me. But I never understood why, because all I did genuinely was love their son, love their brother, love their grandson, who I thought he was. And now all of the side stares and the not liking me and never including us as a family, it's because I was talked shit about the whole time. Know your value and worth, because the narcissist doesn't even know their own value and worth. They're walking around so fleshly, so cunning, so manipulative, and so very immature and stunted that you will never be equally yoked with one of these people. So if you have not been discarded or walked away yet, please do reconsider doing that, because life is sacred and special, and you deserve way much better. I'm going to keep this episode real quick. Episode 33 of the Inferno. We are exposing the trifling behavior of a narcissist. We're educating ourselves. We're speaking truth to power and exposing this darkness. So thanks for joining me. And in the beginning, when they're putting that best foot forward, which is just an act, that's just a persona, you are going to be made to feel like, and they will say it verbally, in November of 2022, I was the best thing that ever happened to my ex-husband, including my daughter and my deceased son. And by May of 2023, I was being blindsided, and in this crazy, frickin' delusional dude's brain, I was being thrown away and tossed away. Don't allow the smear campaign to gut you, because that's what they do when they bounce off from you and they monkey branch to somebody else. They will amp up all of that bullshit that they're in, lies and deception that they're telling about you. Trust and believe that our hearts are known by God, creator, source. Truth always prevails. And so you were never the one to the narcissist, and you never will be. Not the person before you that was probably hurt, not to you, and not to the next one. So from Proverbs 6:16 through 19, there are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are abomination to him: haughty eyes, lying tongue, and the hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that make haste to run evil, a false witness who breathes out lies, and one who sows discord among his brothers. Talk about a fucking narcissist, right? A lying tongue. Narcissists will lie about the dumbest shit. Hands that shed innocent blood. So you come to somebody with a false persona, you make them believe that you're in a marriage or you're in an intimate relationship, and you're literally being cunning and deceptive at the demise of somebody who's innocent. That is shedding innocent blood. A heart that devises wicked plans. A narcissist knows exactly what they're doing. They're always planning and scheming. And again, if they showed you who they really were in the beginning, you'd want nothing to do with them. Feet that make haste to run to evil. What does a narcissist do? If they've been with an empath, if they've been with a chosen one, they will ruin it. They will be so nasty and so hurtful to you, and they will run to evil. They will go to somebody who has no boundaries. They will go to somebody who was plotting and scheming, especially if that new supply knew about you, and they were willing to plot against you in a marriage or a long-term relationship. They are literally running to evil, and a lot of times, like I've said on other episodes, they will go back to the toxic family unit before they stay in a sacred bond, one-sided one, unequally yoked with somebody who truly loved them, who truly showed them true forgiveness and authenticity. A false witness who breathes out lies. That's what happens when a narcissist bounces out. The smear campaign begins because they cannot hold themselves accountable to whatever happened in the situationship. They will make up lies about you. They will smear you. They will belittle you. They will completely breathe out lies about you and what happened and aspired in the situationship, because God forbid would they hold themselves accountable to all of the shit that they did. The plotting, the scheming, the screwing me the day before you left me because you were already screwing your coworker. Whew, woe to that. And to one who sows discord among his brothers. And let me tell you, folks, one of the things that finally made me decide, no matter how much I'm hurt right now, no matter how much I feel so betrayed and so gutted, the line in the sand for me was when my daughter was treated the same, because my daughter thought she had a stepfather for 13 years, and the fucker knew how much she needed a stable family, and whether he just, fell out of love with his wife, bullshit. How she was discarded and thrown away in the trash spoke volumes to me. So, one more. Psalms 101:7. No one who practices deceit shall dwell in my house. What does that mean? A narcissist is so deceptive that they will never obtain the peace, the God within, to be led by the Spirit. Joy, peace, contentment will never be obtained because they're so full of deceit. No one who utters lies shall continue before my eyes. I'm telling you, when we go through hard times, and the Lord has carried me so many times, that availability is cut, severed, and tied when somebody is given over to the reprobate mind, and narcissists are given over to the reprobate mind because they do not spiritually grow and evolve from the shitty behavior that they've done to every person that they've been in contact with. They're going to continue to use you. They're going to continue to control you and abuse you. In just one of the videos I did, I don't remember which episode it was, I did a podcast back through the episodes about if you were a chosen one that was on the path of a narcissist, you may have been their saving grace, but they've chosen to continue on with their ways. So I hope this makes sense to you, and just a reminder that if you were told you were the only one and the best thing that ever happened to the narcissist, you weren't the first person that was told that, and you definitely won't be the last, and neither will the next person be. I hope that this was helpful. Please continue on your healing path. I know how painful it is to come to the realization. If you've been enmeshed with one of these things, you deserve so much more than that, and much love to you until the next time. Shalom, shalom.